I believe we can go ahead and start. I'll introduce myself again. My name is Abigail Sum. I'm a communications and outreach officer at our Regional Center for Mapping of Resources for Development. A very welcome to everyone who's joined us today for the official launch of the Spatial Tools for Planning and Managing Areas to Reduce Biodiversity Loss online course. And I am delighted to serve as your moderator this day. So we are honored to have participants joining from across the region and beyond, all united by a shared commitment to advancing Target 1 of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework through enhanced spatial planning capacity. And thank you for taking your time to be with us today. So today marks a very important milestone in our efforts to strengthen data-driven planning, improve decision-making processes, and promote the sustainable management of our landscape and natural resources. So this course has been carefully designed to equip planners, policymakers, researchers, and practitioners with hands-on skills in using modern spatial tools to analyze, visualize, and interpret geospatial data. As the pressures on our ecosystem continues to grow, the need for accurate, timely, and accessible spatial information is more critical than ever. So we look forward to a productive training period, insightful knowledge exchanges, and strengthened partnerships that will extend well beyond this launch and this training. So thank you once again for joining us. You are all most welcome. Before we proceed, allow me to highlight a few housekeeping guidelines to ensure a smooth experience. So your microphones have been muted and they'll be muted for the entire period of the presentations to minimize any background noise. You're welcome to turn on your cameras during the Q&A and microphones during the Q&A session. And then if you have any comments, any questions at any point, please feel free to use the chat box or the Q&A section, and our team will be at hand to address the designated discussion period or as guided. And I think then that moves us into the first session. So I'd like to officially begin our program and allow me to introduce to you Mr. Kelly Waga, our knowledge management expert, to provide a brief overview of the Regional Center for Mapping of Resources for Development and its mandate in relation to the Convention on Biological Diversity. Kelly brings extensive experience in knowledge systems, data governance, and institutional strengthening, and his presentation will set the foundation for today's discussion. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Abby. Thank you for such an elaborate introduction. I'll go straight to sharing my screen so that we just learn a brief about the RCMRD and what it does. And also I'll be taking you through our mandate as, technical support center. So RCMRD is basically an intergovernmental organization that was formed back in the 1975. We recently celebrated our, anniversary, our 50th anniversary in the middle of the year. And, it came under the auspice of the African Union, the former OAU, with the leadership of UNECA, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. So basically, we are a premium center of excellence that, deals with data. And this data actually, revolves around quite a number of things. One being the issue to do with climate change, issue to do with ecosystem, issues to do with reports on proposals, proposal writing, because we basically do what we call mobilizing resources for our member states. We have about 20 member states who are contracting, and 5 of them, or rather 5 out of them, are still non-contracting member states. Sorry, I was trying to share my screen, but due to some technical glitches, probably I'll just take you through as we proceed. That we support these 20 member states from Botswana all through to South Africa, and we help them in terms of capacity building. We have our geoportal in which we share data. These are actually data that have already been certified by members of these states, so that we just look at our position with regards to biodiversity, with regards to forest, with regards to seascape, with regards to climate change, all this, you name it. And what we are happy about is that we are recently given the mandate to be a TSC, that is Technical and Scientific Cooperation Support Center, under the UN Biodiversity. That is the UN CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity, just to support some member states that are also under us. Those who, some are actually contracting member states. And the number of these states that, we were mandated to provide support for are 12. And what really happens with regards to, our mission there is actually to just help in, also resource mobilization, capacity building. Also, we act as a center of data that also helps in sharing information on biodiversity, on the status of their forests, on status of, the seascape, which involves the marine. So having said this, probably I would like to return the mic back to Abigail so that we can move to the next presentation. Otherwise, thank you so much as we prepare for the course, Spatial tools for planning, and feel free to always engage with us. Thank you. So over to you, Abby.
Thank you very much, Kelly. Those who are joining us online, that was Kelly Waga, our knowledge management expert. He just went through RCMRD's role and its mandate and its CBD mandate. If you have any questions to that regard, kindly send your questions via the Q&A or the chat box, and our team will be able to respond and answer you. We move on swiftly to Mr. Josephat Gashoki, is ecosystem ecology specialist, who will introduce the Regional Center of Mapping for Biodiversity, Forest and Seascape Ecosystem Management in Eastern and Southern Africa. Josephat has been involved in ecosystem data and capacity development, and will walk us through the purpose, structure, and value of RCOE in supporting member states.
So, like Abby introduced, I'm an ecologist. So for this part, I want to introduce to you to a project that we're working with, and it's the motivation behind the training that we are trying to work on. So the project is named Regional Center for Excellence for Biodiversity, Forest and Seascape and Ecosystem Management. So the project aims to ensure that the forest, biodiversity, and seascape are sustainably managed and continue providing ecosystem services and contribute to the well-being of the population. So if we link this one to what my former presenter talked about, the CBD TSC, it means that we need to have tools that we can use to work around maybe managing this ecosystem. So to manage this ecosystem, we need to know where they are. So this project gives us a foundation of the understanding all the different ecosystems that we have. And then from that, then we use the different tools which will be handled during the course. So using the GIS to map this ecosystem and trying to use those details to know how do we sustainably manage this ecosystem. So the objective of the RCOE project is to make the RCOE as a major point of reference for updated information that will be influence the policy decision and in the region on the forestry and biodiversity and the seascape. So the other one is to improve the cross-sectoral and cross-regional coordination. So we realize that much as we want to achieve a sustainable ecosystem, some ecosystems are transboundary. So how do we make sure that these ecosystems are managed in effective way between either among the countries or between the bordering communities? So that's why this objective is key to understanding how the whole project is supposed to go about. So the theme that the project is looking at is the biodiversity, forest, and seascape. So sometimes people might look at this in isolation, but if you look at the integration of this ecosystem, if you maybe harm one ecosystem, for example, the forest per se, the trees, it means you also destroying the habitats for the animals or the fauna, and the same will cascade up to the ocean bit of it. So these are the things that we're trying to work and also see how they are integrated and how we can move around, maybe managing them effectively. So the project is being implemented by RCMRD and CIFOR, and it's funded by the EU, European Union. So the project covers about 24 countries that you see highlighted here, both Eastern and South African countries. So this is where we're trying to work with the different government, different agencies in this who are engaged in the marine, in biodiversity and forest, trying to come up with different options on how we can manage this ecosystem sustainably. So in a regional context, or why this project is important is it covers almost 4 regional bodies. So we have the East African Community, we have Intergovernmental Authority of Development, we have Southern Africa Development Community, and the Indian Ocean Commission. So while these different commissions have their mandate in different segments, so this region or this project comes in and tries to provide a bigger support on how these different commissions can come into play and also achieve their mandate in terms of resource governance in the respective regions. So our key stakeholder, or whom we try to target to work with, are the forest managers. We have the seascape activists, we have biodiversity conservation, we have research and academia in environmental and climate and conservation and wildlife. So you realize all these come together. You can see the web that's there. It's intricate. So you can't just say you only work with one forest person or maybe the forest people and then leave out maybe the research or academia. So how do they intertwine, and how if this intertwining, how does it come into a massive sustainable option for them, the different ecosystem we are talking about? So we have different activities that we are undertaking under this project. So quite a number of them highlighted here. One, like capacity building. So among the different aspects, so the training we conducting is part of the capacity building bit of it. Yeah. So once you have this capacity, it becomes easy for you now to work around organizing biodiversity and forest data, or how do you go about collecting the data for this ecosystem that now can be used to transition to maybe policy formulation or maybe plans or guidelines on how our different ecosystems can be managed sustainably. So these are the different activities we are working with, and hope by the time we finish the training, we'll be able to see where these activities can fall or which activity we can pick up and then work around that area. So the activities continues here. Also, we aiming to, while we are working with, we realize that we also need to have a different engagement. So how do we engage with different people? How do we engage with the different institutions that are working in this area? So we also seeking to work or to build MOUs with the different participants in these countries, so that we are able to sustainably progress or continue working together even at the end of the project. So among the different products that we've already brought up or we are utilizing is one of the RCOE geoportal. So this is where you get quite a number of, you can access data sets, dashboard and applications. So while we're doing the training, you will be referred most of the time to the geoportal, whereby you use data sets there to do some maybe calculations or maybe some mapping aspect from there. So that's one product that you'll be using continuously. Another one is the map book. So there's also a reference material that you can use to see what maps that we've been able to develop, showing different aspects of the ecosystem that we're trying to work around. So I'll urge you to check our geoportal, then you'll be able to see the different aspects of the different products that we have, and you can utilize them maybe in your individual activity or in your individual project that you're working back. So thank you. I'll take this back to Abby.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Josephat, for that brief introduction on RCOE and what we do. As he said in his last statement, if you want to know more about what to do and the details of the project, including some of the activities that we undertake, kindly visit our geoportal. The URL is rcoe-geoportal.rcmrd.org. Now, moving on swiftly, I'd like to introduce Mr. Joseph Ndana, our GeoIT specialist, who will present the RCOE product suite. Joseph will highlight the digital tools, platforms, and innovations developed to improve spatial data access, integration and application across biodiversity and ecosystem management efforts. Welcome, Joseph.
Hi, everyone. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Joseph, I confirm, see your screen. You can see your screen.
Okay. So I'll be presenting on RCOE as a product suite. And the main thing we're looking at is we use the products to visualize, engage, and empower. And at this point, I would like to pose a question. How can maps inspire change? And I like to put it that we are using the product suite to bridge the gap between data, creativity, community, and the community to drive innovative solutions in order to inform decision making. My name is Joseph, and I'm an IT specialist here at RCMRD. So we have a range of products. We have the geoportal, we have the map book, we have the community, we have the arts and maps, multimedia, comic book, sports, trainings, and we have some analytical tools that we use, like the GeoHex, and we do publish policy briefs. And at the core, we have data and analytics. And we host the data within we use data. We host the data in the geoportal. And from the geoportal, we are able to do analytics, which we're able to produce some products like the mapbook and the GeoHex. And from there, from the data-driven insights that we get from these products, we are able to organize for trainings. And based on the gaps that we identify, then we're able to come up with policy briefs, which then we're able to share through our different media, like the community, the arts and maps, activities, and multimedia and our social media engagement platforms. So we have the geoportal, which is basically a platform where we host the data and the interactive maps that we come up with. We're able to do, it has analytical tools that we use in order to inform decision making. And the main aim we have here is to empower conservation policymakers and researchers and citizens to come up with actionable conservation spatial intelligence. We have the map book, which we published this year. And we will be coming up with more publications going forward. Please look out for that. And so this is our interactive collection of maps that help us visualize various aspects of the environment and indicators. and we're able to transform complex data into accessible story-driven insights. And here we aim to turn complex data sets into insightful visuals for better understanding and communication. We have GeoHex as a product that is upcoming, and this is a smart mapping tool that uses the hexagonal grids with high resolution environmental data analysis, support research and policy development, enabling fine-scale environmental modeling and decision support for planners and researchers. We conduct trainings based on user need assessments, and based on those user need assessments, we're able to identify gaps, and we're able to plan for trainings like this training in order to equip you with the skills you need to carry out your conservation efforts. And through this, we're able to strengthen institutional and community capacity and resilience towards conserving nature. We also produce policy briefs. So far, we have done a number of publications, and these are based on the evidence-based publications based on research and field data. And we aim to come up with actionable policy and recommendations that inform governance and thereby empower the community. And through this, we're able to guide decision makers towards sustainable and inclusive governance. We have a community, which is a collaborative platform that enables us to connect researchers, practitioners, and community champions to share knowledge, resources, and their successful stories. And thereby we foster peer learning, collaborations, and knowledge exchange. We have our arts and maps, which just which concluded recently, and the winners will be awarded preferably today. And this is our creative fusion platform where we allow people to showcase their creativity in terms of translating maps into visually attractive maps. And from this, we are able to create awareness in the community. And our aim here is to blend creativity with technology by turning data into powerful stories. We have various we do come up with different kind of media, and we share these through our media platforms on LinkedIn, on YouTube. And this features videos, infographics, and digital content that communicate environmental science and sustainability in vibrant and accessible formats, inspiring action through media that moves, educates, and empowers. We have also come up with a product, comic book, and this tool, through this approach, we are able to educate and come up with entertaining series that aim at simplifying complex environmental and geospatial themes through storytelling. And through this, we're able to empower youth and the community to learn through creativity, breaking down the barriers to environmental knowledge through the universal language of comics. We also have the sports initiative, which brings together various stakeholders in terms who are in health, education, environmental, and environmentalists to create awareness through sports to foster teamwork, empowerment, and shared sense of responsibility toward nature. And through this, we aim to foster environmental responsibility through the universal language of sports. So what we aim for particular outcomes, and this is increased access to environmental data, enhanced regional collaboration, empowering the community, and influencing policy towards informed decision making. And that brings me to the end of my presentation for the products that we have here at RCOE. And you can find more of these products through the homepage of our RCOE GeoPortal website. And I would like to leave with a parting shot that from visualization to action, from engagement to empowerment, we are building a future where every community has the power to protect what matters. Thank you for your time, and I'd like to hand it over now to Abigail. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. To those who joined us a little bit later, my name is Abigail Sum, and I'm your moderator today. Today, as I indicated, is an important milestone for RCMRD as we are launching officially special tools for planning and managing areas to reduce biodiversity loss online course. So we are halfway through our program for today. If you have questions regarding the products that we have, what Joseph has presented, Josephat and Kelly, please send your questions to the Q&A section or the chat box, and our team is at hand to answer any queries. We'll also have a brief Q&A session at the end of the presentations. As I indicated, we are halfway through our presentations, and that was just the base. It was just setting the pace for today's, for the course, or rather today's session. Now, I want us to move swiftly now into the overview of the course, what to expect, when the course will start, the classes, how they run, and that, you know, those kinds of details. But before I do that, Joseph mentioned something. So today we are awarding officially the winners of the RCMRD Arts and Maps competition. So for those who participated in the competition, thank you very much. For those who participated through voting for the People's Choice Awards, we are very grateful to you. Be on the lookout in our social media pages on X, LinkedIn, Facebook, and even Instagram to just find out who took this year's prize and in which categories. Remember, we have three main categories: the primary schools, the secondary schools, and the university professionals category, and which has three subcategories. And based on the submissions for this year, the quality of submissions this year, we are very grateful to the people who take their time to just you know, create awareness on the value of environment conservation and awareness. And yeah, so be on the lookout. We'll be announcing the dates for next year's competition very soon, so be on the lookout for that as well. Now, I want us to move into the overview for the online course, and I'd like to welcome Mr. Julius Buyango, our capacity building expert, will provide an overview of the online course. Julius will take us through the course objectives, expected outcomes, module structures, the live session schedule, you know, certification pathway. And with his extensive experience leading regional training programs, Julius will give us a clear sense of what participants can expect. Welcome, Julius. Apologies for the technical features. Julius is trying to set up. So just just a brief overview of the course, or rather this training. The aim is to build institutional capacity, strengthen technical expertise. So basically, that is the purpose of this role. So to build institutional capacity, strengthen technical expertise, and foster a vibrant community. A vibrant community of practice dedicating to applying spatial technologies for more informed and impactful planning. And your presence here today affirms our shared vision for sustainable development and innovative evidence-based decision-making. And we look forward to a productive training period, as I mentioned earlier, insightful knowledge exchanges, and to strengthen partnerships that just is beyond this region. That is the Eastern and Southern Africa region, and the 24 countries that we cover as RCOE, including all the countries covered by all the member states of the Regional Center of Mapping for Resources and Development. Julius, are you ready? I can see he is ready, almost ready. Julius, kindly confirm that you are ready to proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Abby. Can you get me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction to the participants or to the attendees. Apologies for the minor challenge. I'll be taking you through the course outline, basically just trying to understand what we are looking forward to in the coming week. Basically, this is a 2-week training course, and basically it's looking at the application of geoinformation systems towards enhancing biodiversity conservation. And we are targeting, we are looking at target 1 of the KMGBF, which deals with the planning and managing areas, basically for purposes of reducing biodiversity loss. So within this course, we'll be having theories, then we'll also be doing hands-on activities towards enhancing matters spatial planning for purposes of enhancing biodiversity conservation, reducing loss. Under prerequisites, just we anticipate that our participants will have a basic understanding of geospatial information system concepts. They can easily manipulate the software. They can play around the realm of tools. Courtesy of our linkages with the ESRI, we'll be providing free software or free licenses to help you access the different tools within the ArcGIS suite. That is ArcGIS Online, ArcGIS dashboards, story maps, ArcGIS Hub, and Instant Hubs. There is a team or a colleague will be talking about platforms that we looking forward to engaging on. We have the online learning platform. That's the module. We'll be doing our live sessions on Microsoft Teams, and of course, we'll be engaging on our community and LinkedIn for purposes of making sure that we are responding to the needs or queries are raised by different participants. Target audience, looking at government players within the governments, conservationists, policymakers, geospatial information system analysts, environmental managers, looking at NGOs, researchers, students, and any other person who is interested on matters conservation. So the objectives are what we anticipate our learners to gain. Number one is we anticipate that they'll be able to understand, get a deep understanding of target 1, including its indicators. Then you should be able to track the indicators, develop biodiversity-inclusive plans using open data. We'll provide data sets that you'll use for purposes of developing spatial plans, which you will customize, and at the end of the day, you will share with the colleagues in different spheres for purposes of just sharing insights into how best we can integrate biodiversity into our spatial plans. Of course, we'll work with geospatial data and also learn matters collaborative conservation in terms of working with different institutions, different partners, in terms of enhancing conservation. And this is where we bring in the instant tools, among other platforms, for purposes of sharing whatever we'll have developed. Key is to ensure that we are enhancing target 1 and contributing to spatial planning, while at the same time integrating local communities, the IPLCs, and working with all players to enhance biodiversity conservation. Of course, we'll be running this course from Monday next week, and we anticipate to run it for a period of 2 weeks, finishing on the 28th. We'll be having two live sessions on each day from 11 to 13 hours East African time. And this is where we'll be doing the demos. This is where we'll be delivering the content. So we anticipate that our participants will be logging in at 11 hours, and we run the sessions for 2 hours, up to 13 hours East African time. after which we close and we give participants time to go and now practice or implement whatever they have learned within the sessions. So as I said, of course, we have practicals, and also will be delivering content in form of notes, PowerPoint presentations, and under practicals will be issuing manuals as a step-by-step guide. These were the fees. Today is Black Friday. Of course, the offer is running from today up to Sunday. We are doing $10 today, but at the start of the course we were doing $69. So please tell your friends to take advantage of this window to register for the course. Running two major modules. Running two modules. Module 1 has 7 major sessions. Session 1 is looking at it will introduce the KMGBF target 1. Then session 2 will talk about biodiversity-inclusive spatial planning, matters planning. Then we'll also understand the red list of ecosystems under session 3. We'll map extent of natural ecosystems under session 4. Under session 5, we'll do hands-on on developing a biodiversity-inclusive spatial plan. Session 6 will be computing areas for purposes of trying to determine how far we have covered in terms of biodiversity conservation. Then under session 7, we're looking at prioritization, where we'll be basically trying to zone and prioritize different sectors of an area for purposes of enhancing or creating insights in terms of where specifically can we target in terms of conservation, or which areas can we prioritize over others based on the prevailing conditions. On module 2, we'll be looking basically at the tools. Of course, we'll start off with the case studies just to make sure that the different players get an understanding of the situations on the ground, and also bring in matters how life support areas can help us in terms of enhancing conservation. After that, we'll bring in the tools now, where we'll be creating dashboards for purposes of presenting data or spatial planning data. We'll have a session on communication, on how we channel out spatial or biodiversity conservation, spatial planning information or data or maps. And the key is to ensure that we are packaging it in a manner in which that different players can easily understand. So we're talking about impactful narratives and how to customize science, create information, data, insights into stories that can easily be understood by different players, including the IPLCs at the local level. We'll wind off with collaborative tools. This is where we'll bring in ArcGIS Hub and instant apps for purposes of making sure that different players are collaborating on matters conservation. So 2 loaded weeks. Week 1 has 7 sessions. Week 2 has 5 sessions. 2 has biodiversity inclusive spatial planning. At the end of the course, we are going to issue a badge and certificates for the participants who will complete the course. Now, for each module, for each session within the module, have quizzes, which we anticipate each and everyone to undertake, because the quizzes will be contributing towards the final score that will enable you to get the certificates and the badge. And for you to move to the next step, you need to get at least 70%. The cutoff is 70%. And for each session, each trial, or you can try the quiz to a maximum of 3 times, after which the module will do an average and pick your highest score. So make sure that as you attempt the quizzes, you are well versed with the content and you understand what is happening, and you can easily answer the questions, because you will not be able to proceed to the next session without passing the preceding or the initial session. We'll interact with the participants during the live sessions. And where time will not allow, we'll also move to the RCMRD or RCOE community and also LinkedIn. So you'll feel free to interact with us on those platforms. We'll be giving out practical exercises, and these will also contribute to a final mark. So please, let's make sure that we are attending the sessions, or we are looking at the content. We are going through the content and answering the questions as required. We want to ensure that everyone passes. We don't fail people, but basically make sure that you understand the content and you're passing the quizzes for you to get your badge and your certificate. Thank you very much. Over to you, to Abigail, for you to hand over to the next presenter. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julius, for that brief overview of the course. And there's something that Julius mentioned. I hope you guys took note. The course, the cost of enrolling for the course was $69. Now, because you are our key stakeholders and we are in November, we decided to throw in a special something, and that is why we have the Black Friday special rate. But as indicated, time is limited. It's a limited time offer, and it's $10 to participate, or rather to enroll for the course, and it's between today, that is the 14th of November, and it runs through the 16th of November. These special rates are limited as indicated, so it's on a first come first serve basis. So ensure that you, for those who have enrolled and are on this live session, kindly ensure that you do so today before the Black Friday offer runs out. Now we are almost at the tail end of our program, and I'd like to introduce the next session, that is the platforms, demos, and the learning tools. This is the practical demonstration and the learning tools that will be led by 3 experts, and I'd like to introduce them in quick succession. So that is Ms. Ida Aliwatch, software developer, who will introduce the platforms we'll use throughout the course and provide a quick demonstration of the learning environment. And then we have Mr. Eric Obwile, a GIS biodiversity expert, who will present the spatial mapping tools participants will use during the practical sessions and highlight their relevance to biodiversity planning. And then finally, we'll have Ms. Catherine Matolo, communication specialist, who will guide us through the engagement and collaborative tools designed to support interaction, peer learning, and community building throughout this course. So I'd like to welcome Ida, Eric, and Catherine in that order.
So the first tool that has been mentioned before is the RCOE GeoPortal. So I've just opened the page where we have a few data sets listed. So if you scroll here, you'll get a wide variety of data sets that you can use throughout the course. And then the tool that we'll be using mainly is the Moodle. So over here, I'm in the course homepage. And here you can see the welcome message. We have announcements which are going to be stored here. We have a few videos to give you an overview of the tools that we're going to be using, which are story maps, ArcGIS Online, dashboards, ArcGIS Hub, and an introduction to ArcGIS instant apps. Then over here we have resources. Over here you will find the recording of the live, not the recording, but the link to the live sessions, which will happen every day from 1100 hours to 1300 hours EAT. So you'll find the link here. You can also add it to your team's calendar. So here we have just as Julius has said, Module 1, Module 2, all the content will be found here, the quizzes, presentations, any useful resources will be found here. Then another tool that we're going to be using will be the ArcGIS online platform, which hosts several of the other tools that we're using, which includes instant apps, as you can see here, story maps, as you can see, all the tools that have been mentioned that we're going to be using. The hub is also here, is here in the ArcGIS online homepage. So once you get your license and you log in and you click on this dots up here, you'll be able to get access to all these tools. So thank you very much for joining us for this course. I hope you will gain what you're looking for. Thank you. Over to you, Abby.
Thank you, Ada. I'd like to welcome Eric.
Thank you, Abby. My name is Eric Juma. I am a GIS biodiversity ecosystems expert, and I'm here to expound more on the presentation that Ida made. So one of the platforms that we shall be using for this training is the ArcGIS online platform, which has a number of tools. As you know, ArcGIS is one of the most robust SDI. SDI stands for Spatial Data Infrastructure, which can be adopted to serve several purposes. And in this purpose, we shall be using it for as one of the platform for the conservation data reporting. So the first tool which I want to mention is the ArcGIS Online, which is called ARGOL. The ArcGIS Online is the main platform of ArcGIS data sharing. It allows you to work with your data. So you can go there and either import data from outside sources, either data that is hosted on other platforms. You can also be able to use data that is already hosted within the ArcGIS Online. Because when you are using the platform, you can choose to share. You can choose to share your data publicly. And if you have shared your data publicly, then that particular data can be used by anyone using the platform. So when you're there, you'll be able to get so many data sets that you can use. And one good thing is that they allow the data sharer to either mark the data as authoritative or not. So for example, if the data sharer has marked the data as authoritative, it means that that data can be trusted. So when you go there, you'll get data that is being collected by many stakeholders and then validated and shared for use. You can use the platform to make maps. So when you're there, you can make what we call interactive maps or web maps. And these maps can also be shared by people. So it is a platform that allows you to collaborate with the people in terms of getting data and in terms of also disseminating the work that you are doing. The platform also has several types of applications that you can make within the same platform. So as you can see, I'll be talking about a number of them which we shall be using here. So we shall also be making some applications. And lastly, you can share your data in many ways as well. So the first application that shall be used is what we call ArcGIS Online, ArcGIS Dashboards. So ArcGIS Dashboards helps you to present your data using graphs. You can use pie charts. You can use indicators to present your data. in a way that can be understood by the consumers. For example, if you're communicating your data to decision makers, you have to simplify it to an extent that it can be understood by the decision makers. So it uses the visual parameters to present your data. And nowadays, the dashboards have evolved to a level that even the decision makers can query the data that is in dashboard and get very important insights regarding the decisions they want to make. Another platform that we shall be using is the story map. A story map allows you to communicate what you have done, your data and information, using textual information, using maps and media. So you can communicate your data as a story and make people or make the audience to understand it better, because sometimes we say when you present your data as a scientist, we work with the hard data. And therefore, sometimes when we communicate our data, it's hard to be consumed or to be comprehended. So when you use a story to present your information, it makes it easier for people to understand what you are communicating. And you have flexibility of combining the maps with text, tables, graphs, and photos, or even videos, to ensure that whatever you are presenting gets solved or is well understood by the consumers of the information. Then you have another application called ArcGIS Hub. ArcGIS Hub is like a website. So ArcGIS allows you to create a website or a site that you can now you can host many applications that you have created. For example, if you have created maybe a dashboard, you have web maps, all of them can be hosted within one site. And therefore, when you are disseminating your information, you can use your ArcGIS Hub as a dissemination platform. Lastly, we have what we call ArcGIS Instant Apps. So instant apps are applications that are made within ArcGIS that allows you to quickly interact with the data. For example, if you want to compare maybe information that was maybe generated in 1990 and the information that was generated in 2025, you can use an app like a slider to slide and check whether to check the changes that have happened in a particular place. So those are the tools that we shall be using for mapping in this particular course. And we will provide you with an account. So each of the participants will be given an account, which we'll use to create these applications. We'll give you all the privileges to make and access all these tools. And for the data, we shall also avail the data that is required to do the spatial analysis for this course. So up to there, I want to invite my colleague, Dennis, to come and present on collaboration tools.
Hi, everyone. I'm not Catherine, but yes, my name is Dennis Mungera. I'll be taking over from Catherine to take us through the RCOE community. So this the community engagement within this course. So I hope you can see my screen. If you can give me a thumbs up. Okay. So what is the community? So we're going to do an overview of the community. Yes. Why use the community forum? So the community forum that we have set up, it will allow us to have a continuous engagement beyond the webinars that we'll have, the live recordings, and any other engagements that we shall have. So this will allow us to just continue having conversations beyond all these engagements. And at the same time, you get to ask questions, share ideas, as well as troubleshoot together, even on challenging items or challenging topics within the course. And then we'll be able to also connect with our fellow learners and build a network within ourselves. How to use the platform. For us to access the platform, you'll be able to go to rcoe-community.rcmrd.org. My team will be able to paste the link on our chats, and you'll be able to use to access the link and be able to access the platform. So if you have not registered before, you're going to sign up on the platform with your email address and your details, and then you have your account set up. And if you have registered before, you'll be able to log in with your existing credentials, and that will be able not to get onto the platform. Once you're on the platform, you'll be able to navigate onto our current topic, which is in our current engagement, which is a spatial tools for biodiversity loss course, and be able to now create discussions, threads, and reply to posts, as well as also upload files and resources, and also screenshots that you'll have. So next slide, I'm going to talk about how to collaborate and engage on the platform. So we are going to be able to see you guys post your challenges that you're facing during the course, be able to share the workflows, data sets, maps, and scripts as well that you're going to just encounter during this course. Among other things, we'll be able now to be able to support each other using comments and likes as well on our posts and topics as well. So I encourage us to go on the community and also post and comment and just support each other during the engagement of the course. And one last thing on how to collaborate is to also engage on ideas and also case studies as well during the course. In my next slide, I would like to talk about the forum etiquette and practices. So allow me to maybe set up a few housekeeping rules, use clear titles and provide context as you are doing the topic writing. Be respectful and constructive as you also write your topics and comments. Highly advocate for no duplicate threads. First, you could do a search on the platform and get to see that it has been posted before, and you can be able to not duplicate the threads. And also credit the data sets and resources that you love to get to share on the platform. This will be highly advocated for because it also promotes non-plagiarism as well. So you can be able to keep the data, credit the data sources very much. So I encourage us to visit the platform today as soon as we end our webinar and even as it is ongoing. Make your first post, introduce yourself, and let's keep in touch. So allow me to maybe do a live demo of the same. Let me do a live demo of the platform. Kindly just a minute as I access the platform, and I'll be able to share my screen once more.
As Dennis is trying to access the platforms, we have two questions that are answered in the Q&A section. There's a question on the course costs, and also someone would like to know, Nalu Bwama would like to know if the course can be done by a person studying GIS for the very first time. Julius, would you kindly answer those questions on the Q&A?
Thank you, Abby. Let me, as you guys can see on my screen, I've been able to share the RCOE community. Yes, so on my screen you can see the RCOE community, and right below us it's the training and workshops topic that we are going to be engaging all throughout the course, the 2 weeks, so and even beyond the 2 weeks. So right below it you can see there's a topic that has been created, the spatial tools for planning and managing areas to reduce biodiversity loss. So once inside this, once you click on it, you'll be able to see the topics under this exact category, which we have the Black Friday special limited offer. This has been mentioned a couple of times today that our course is today going for $10 up to the 16th. Above which you can see now the official launch of the course. So this is now the outline of what we are exactly doing now. And you can just go there, maybe like, comment, and say something that you'd love for us to continue engaging. So how to actually engage on the platform. On my right side, you can see the log into to reply. So you need to have an account. You need to be logged in for you to be able to engage on this platform, for you to be able to comment, like, and even share the posts that are on this community. So ensure that you have logged in. So you can see there's an input for an email and the password. So this is for an existing user. If you are coming in for the first time, I encourage you to register a new account, which is you enter a username, a password, and you can be able to register. Once you've done that, you'll get an email confirmation on a confirmation email that you will be able to confirm that you are the one opening the account. And once you're done, you'll be able now to engage on our community, be able to comment, share, and like as well. So I really encourage us to be active on the platform, talk and share ideas, and just collaborate more. With that, I think I would like to give it back to Abby to conclude for us the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dennis, our GIS developer, Ida, as well as Eric, for taking us through that session. So we are nearing the end of this launch, and just before we close, I'd like about 10 or so to just Sigu. Sigu, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Okay. I have Aya. Aya, please go ahead and give your feedback. Aya, could you please unmute yourself?
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Yes, we can
Hello,
hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I was asking about the cost of the course after during the Black Friday, please, because I couldn't hear that in the beginning of the presentation. This is the first question. Second question, we need to have the schedule for all online sessions to know if it will be compatible with our working hours, because most of us have working hours, so we want to allocate the time to be able to attend the live sessions. to engage with you in a better way. Thank you.
Thank you, Aya. I think Julius has noted your question. And he'll be able to answer. Jaros Matlala, I hope I have Jaros Matlala, I hope I have pronounced your name correctly. Kindly ask your question so that Julius can answer them both at the same time.
Yes. Morning. And yes, you pronounced my name correctly. Thank you very much. And thank you very much again for the opportunity. Kindly, I am based in South Africa, and I've been involved in a few boot camps. We've been training girls in the aviation space and with STEM-related initiatives. So now, kindly, I'd like to ask, how can one be a partner with you, or how can I be an affiliate or liaison partner with the organization and run the course this side of South Africa? How will that be possible, or how can that be arranged?
Thank you, Matlalak. Thank you. I'd like Jacqueline Karimi to answer that question as Julius answers the first question.
Yeah, thank you, Abigail. Responding to the question on training costs during the Black Friday, I would say that yeah, I've unmuted. Can't get me?
I can hear you, Julius, so...
Yeah. Sorry for that. I was saying that the training costs during the Black Friday offer period is $10. And for participants who would want to join us during the live sessions, we are going to upload the schedule on the training platform and also on the RCOE Geo portal under trainings, so that you can be able to schedule yourself accordingly. But basically, the training schedule for this course or the live sessions will be undertaken between 11 to 13 hours East African time. The live sessions will be undertaken between 11:00 hours to 13 hours East African time on all working days from next week to the following week. So we'll be uploading the live session schedule on the RCOE Geo portal under trainings and also on the training platform. Over to Jacqueline. Also step in, and the participant was asking on whether we are open to partnerships or having affiliates in South Africa for purposes of now pushing forward a similar course. I think for us as a CBD Technical Support Center, we are open to that. Though we have our partner in South Africa called SANBI, South Africa National Biodiversity Institute, we are partnering with them in delivering this course. We'll be open to discussion, so please feel free to reach out. Our comms team can share the email so that we can pick up that and see how best we can push it forward. But generally, we are open to partnerships, we are open to affiliates, and we are open to pushing forward the conservation agenda going forward. So any partner who feels that they need to get on board, we are open to that and we can discuss. Thank you very much. Over to you, Abby.
Thank you, Julius, for that. Matlala, kindly send us an email at rcoe@rcmrd.org, and we'll be able to get back to you. I think there are no more questions. The team is actively engaging you via the chat as well as the Q&A section. Kindly just send your message and they'll be able to answer, give you an answer. I think this then concludes this session, and I'd like to finally, just for the last time, thank you all for joining us and being part of this session. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Sorry, I had a technical itch, but I'm back now. Do you have questions? Do you have any questions? Has someone raised their hands? In case you have any feedback for us, any questions regarding the course or any other thing that has been presented today, you can send us an email, rcoe@rcmrd.org, and we'll be able to get back to you. And also, the recording for this session will be uploaded on our look out for that as well. So I'd like to, if questions, team, I'd like you to allow me to close today's session. So as we draw today's launch to a close, I'd like to extend our sincere appreciation to all the speakers today from our team for their valuable insights, and to all participants for joining us and demonstrating such a strong interest in strengthening spatial planning capacity. The full course details and registration links have been shared with you, and we encourage you to register early to secure your place, especially for the Black Friday offer. As indicated, the offer is limited and it ends on the 16th. And we look forward to welcome many of you to the course and supporting your learning journey in the coming weeks. On behalf of RCMRD and the RCOE team, thank you once again for your time, your engagement, and your commitment to advancing sustainable ecosystem management. Wish you all a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to your active participation in the course as it kicks off on Monday. This officially concludes our launch. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.